Hey guys, it's Chris, and I am here reacting to Amber's video she just put out a little bit ago, saying something about her final binge diagnosis, getting medicines, and she might be suffering from PTSD. I've glazed through the comments, and apparently, I don't know, I'll have some things to say about this PTSD and whatever, because Amber tends to like catastrophize everything and make things so much worse than they actually are. Um, she really doesn't know how lucky she has it. But so let's get into this. I don't have a ton of time to make this video, but I figured I would try to go through and give my opinions. If you're new here, thanks for watching. My name is Chris. I have a medical background, and I like to do videos that are snarky and informative. And I don't believe in all of this super crazy patting people on the back woke nonsense that goes around these days. So I'm not for everyone, but if I am for you, I appreciate it. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. Guys, we are literally less than like 15 subs away from 300 subs, which I can't believe. I'm so excited. Sorry, throat's a little scratchy. I've just the support I'm getting and the movement, the upward trajectory of the channel is great. So very much appreciate it. Let's get into this. Let's see what she does. She sped up for time. I will link her full video in the description if you want to watch it.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. So I am mid makeup. I have my second session today of therapy. I woke up really emotional because of that, because I already know like therapy is emotional, especially when I go to therapy. I mean, I've never been in anyone else's therapy appointment, but
See right there. Do you hear how right there is her giving an indication that she thinks it's so much worse for her. It's so much more traumatic and everything. And her life's so much worse. Because she just said, I know therapy is traumatic or whatever, she emotional, and then she said, especially when I go. No, Amber, you have not. Yeah, she had a shit childhood and whatever, but especially looking at her adult life, everything she's gone through has been self-induced. She has it pretty freaking good and pretty easy. So for her to insinuate that it's extra emotional when she goes, that just bothers me, because I've been through some horrible shit. Other people have been through and are going through very terrible traumatic things, losses, situations, illnesses. Like, oh my god, I really don't want this video to be like a 45-minute rage session, but let's see how she goes. Right there, I mean, that phrase, though, I had to point that out, really just says a heck of a lot about Amber and how delusional she is about her reality.
I'm sure it's emotional for them as well, but just sharing my experience. Hi, every time I talk about therapy or it's my therapy day, like Birdie is always back here like a little parrot. Hi. I just know that like my therapy appointments get very emotional and I cry a lot. I still do my makeup because I don't know, when you go to doctor's appointments or any sort of appointment, like any
Amber, get to it. We don't care about your makeup.
Appointment, I just feel like you need to look, you know, put together. Like you need to, I don't know.
Okay, so she says she feels like she has to look put together for a therapy appointment, but she comes on here and does her videos looking a hot mess. People pay her all this money. Who is doing that, by the way? But people pay her a lot of money for a cameo. And I've seen clips where like her hair isn't even brushed and she looks like she just crawled out of bed, and her hair is like her fit, you know, she has no makeup on. So like, why would you give a crap about how you look in therapy when you don't give a crap about how you look for your job?
No, it's weird. I don't know. I'm also wearing my little, hey babe, my little earrings. That is a side braid. Oh my god, can you guys see those? Because I'm wearing a side braid today. See what I did there? So I'm gonna finish doing my makeup. I'm about to do my mascara, which is gonna change my whole look, because mascara, I swear, if there's one item of makeup that I would keep forever, it would be mascara, or probably foundation, but probably mascara, or both. Hello. So it has been a few hours since you guys last saw me. I did have some really cute lipstick on. This lipstick literally has like a cat.
This, guys, is her sped up to 1.5 speeds. Oh my god.
But I just finished my second therapy, and I really want to make it a priority, unless I forget or I'm busy or something, to just like talk about it real quick right after it happens. It is online, like through telehealth. It's because that's the only way that he actually does it. So it's not because I like chose that. It's just because that's how he does it, which is totally fine. I personally Love this therapist. So this appointment, actually, we talked a lot
She loves them until she doesn't, right? That's how it always is.
about, do I have binge eating? What's really my food problem?
Now, listen, as somebody who has a history of binge eating and disordered eating, I will tell you, if you had never heard me say it before, I never thought Amber has binge eating. She doesn't display a lot of the characteristics of binge eating. She, in my mind, just overeats. She just gluttons. She gorges. She loves to eat a lot of food, a lot of crap food in large quantities. She's admitted she loves the feeling of feeling full, of eating, of feeling the food going down her esophagus. I mean, this is stuff she's said. She's just an overeater. She never truly restricts. She never, I don't, she's an overeater who eats too damn much and then occasionally, a few times a week maybe, eats even more than normal. But binge eating, that was an excuse for her. Oh, I couldn't help it. I couldn't, I binged. It was an excuse for her. She's just a glutton.
Problems, and what can we do to help with that? So I do not binge. Therapist said so. I say so. I have had issues, and I was very vocalized with this, about this, very honest about this. In 2019,
Amber, the only reason you were pushing this narrative as an excuse for years, and the only reason you're backtracking on it now is because it isn't suiting your narrative and what you want. Like, anybody can see that.
Problems. I don't eat that way anymore.
Okay.
With this, about this, very honest about this. In 2019, I had binging problems. I don't eat that way anymore. I don't have that same mind frame around food.
No, now you don't binge. You just consistently eat 4 or 5, 6,000 calories a day. Every day is life is a binge for Amber
Anymore. But I think this topic is just safer off of my channel because I know a lot of people have different thoughts about it.
Yeah, because they're calling you out and you're getting mixed up in your stories and everything like that. So you don't want to talk about it because people are calling your BS.
And it's just safer if I don't talk about it. But I am not a binge eater. I do not have binge eating disorder. And obviously it's taken.
So then say it. I'm just a glutton. I just overeat. I eat way too much. No, it's going to be, now it's going to be, I'm not a binge eater and I don't overeat. The lymphedema pulls calories out of the ether and out of the air and creates them out of nothing. And that's why I gain weight. No, yeah, it's going to be because she's special. Her body doesn't work like every other human body.
Some time to realize that, because with someone my size, I mean, I overeat, obviously. I mean, you don't become this size by just like kind of overeating, it's not how it works.
That's how you act though, Amber. That's how you always act. I don't eat that much. I don't eat like the people on my 600-pound life. I'm not like that. Guess what? Newsflash, Amber, you're just like that. You're just like that.
We talked about like, why am I this size? What is my issues with food? How do I have a better relationship with food? And I turn to food for comfort. It's that simple. If I'm feeling any sort of negative emotion, I want to eat.
But you also overeat and indulge when you're happy, when you're in a good mood. You know what I mean? It's like she just does it for everything. She just overeats when it's something she likes because she just likes the taste of it. Now she's going to pull this, I'm an emotional eater. It's for emotions. And, okay, and talk about how, when she's sad, when she's stressed. I'm not trying to be mean here, but other than the state of her body and her health, which is totally self-inflicted, what does Amber have to be so stressed and depressed and sad about? She doesn't have to work, essentially, to have everything she wants. Always has somebody doing everything for her. Doesn't, puts the minimal amount of effort into the work she does. Rewards herself with instant gratification for everything. Money's coming in. She's not hurting. Lives in a luxury apartment villa. Doesn't have to be responsible for anything. What does she have to be so sad about? The things that she has to be sad about, her poor health, her shit physique, and everything like that, she could change that. If she was that sad and upset about it, she would actually be changing it.
Because while I am eating, I do not feel those negative emotions at all. So I love this therapist because something I've never had before was someone explaining to me like the most popular emotions, that's for the lack of a better term, the most
Graham or Lynn at it again.
Used emotions that humans feel on a day-to-day basis. And where do we feel them in our body? Like, where's our physical symptoms of them? What is our emotional symptoms of them, et cetera, et cetera. So they want me to journal, which I love doing, jot down times where right before a moment where I want to turn to food for comfort, exactly what am I feeling? What are the emotions? Where do I feel them in my body? How do I feel them mentally? What is the scenario? Why am I also feeling these ways? And I think it's going to help me a lot. This was a very educational therapy session, and I absolutely.
I'm sorry, guys. I am like stuffy and I have a little bit of a scratchy throat going on. So just ignore me if you hear me like going, I'm like trying to clear my throat. I have that residual like throat thing from COVID and it's a real pain in the butt.
We loved it. Like, I was dreading therapy at first, and I was even super honest with him. I was like, I was dreading therapy and everything about it.
How can you be dreading therapy, Amber, when you've supposedly been going consistently for at least a year and a half? Like you if you really were, you wouldn't be dreading it because you'd be used to it at this point.
But now that I've been to only 2 sessions, I think I'm looking forward to the third, because before this session, you guys did not see this, but I had massive anxiety. It wasn't about therapy as a whole, partially, but it was just about everything. Everything felt scary. I have been suffering so bad.
I would love Amber. I'm sure she does have anxiety and get nervous and stuff. But Amber does not have true panic disorder and massive debilitating anxiety attacks because I've had them. And like I said, I've been in the hospital. I've gone into inpatient treatment. I've had to get rushed to the ER several times, too many times to count. A true panic attack, a true anxiety attack can be disabling. You know, she's talking about regular anxiety, which okay, but a true anxiety attack, it can last hours, it can wipe you out. They're debilitating. But she's like, "Oh, right before there I had this horrible massive most horrible anxiety attack." And then she like got over it. Like when I have them really bad sometimes I like can't function for the rest of the day or most of the day. It's like I really it just takes a while to get over. But I do believe she does get anxious about things, but she blows everything out of proportion. You know, to have an excuse and to make her life seem more hard and more difficult and make it seem like she goes through so much. She fights so much on a daily basis. You know, this poor, pitiful Amber. Give me a break.
And I need to go back on medicine. That is why I scheduled a psychiatrist appointment, because the medicine I was taking, it just wasn't working anymore.
You don't take it regularly. That's why, Amber. And plus, being this obese is not good for your mentals. And the crap food you eat is not good for your mentals. So, your physical and mental health play a role in each other's, lives. If you really care about your mental health, you would be focusing on losing weight as well, eating healthier, getting on a better schedule, not staying up all night and sleeping all day. Start adulting, try to have some responsibilities, and take your medicine properly.
So I was told to stop taking it, so I did stop taking it, and now my anxiety it's not good, obviously. So I am going to be put back on medicine. I am going to feel so relieved when that happens, but my appointment's not for another like 2 weeks. That's the soonest I could be seen, which is fine. So until then, I'm really going to take advantage of these next few therapy sessions just to understand my emotions more, and why do I feel the need to turn to food to comfort those emotions.
Amber, you've been an adult for 14, 15 years, essentially. You've had plenty of time and plenty of resources to try to figure this out. Why is this suddenly a revolution now? You know what I mean? She said this so many times over. She's had more than enough time to say, oh, hey, yes, I turn to food. I am not healthy around food. I have food aggression. I like to gorge myself. I stuff myself. You know what I mean? She had plenty of time to say, yes, I have disordered thought patterns and habits around food. I should get it taken care of. No, instead she goes to a Hayes therapist.
Emotions. And I don't know, I feel really good. And we want to talk more about like PTSD, because of the things that I've been through in the past, like my childhood.
Now, I know her childhood sucked, okay? She might have had a little bit of PTSD from that. But in general, her foster care was good. She had plenty of food. She got to do all kinds of fun stuff. Her one step foster mom was still helping her financially and emotionally when she was getting into adulthood, when she was 17, 18 years old. Amber does not know true PTSD. I've got true PTSD that I was in therapy for 1 to 2 times a week for a year and a half. Um, and that had some stuff to do with my anxiety. But I like it's just so insulting to people who truly have gone through real trauma and who have real PTSD. Like I remember a few months ago I just wanted to like rage and I like walked away from Amber for a little bit because she had said when she was in the hospital she was walking to get a test and she said that her IV pulled out, which I did IVs on people all the time, you know, as a paramedic and stuff. That is, they pull, they do, it happens. She said it pulled, and she looked down, and there was blood everywhere, and because it pulled, and she saw the blood, and it pulled out, and it gave her, and she had PTSD from it. No, you don't get PTSD from something like that, and that's the minimizing it that I'm talking about. Like I consider like maybe someday I'll go back like into my past and like what happened a few years ago. But my doctor said I have some degree of PTSD over something that happened in November. And I still wouldn't even consider it a severe form of PTSD. It's just a little bit because like not to get into like too much detail. If you guys want to hear this story, I can get into it in another video. But like basically in November my son was out of town with his grandparents on vacation and just happened that during that time frame we got a call from a phone number that was from that area code where he was at, and basically we got an extortion call. It ended up being a joke or an extortion scam, and I didn't fall for it. But they said that they had kidnapped my son, and they even had a kid around his age, like 9, 10 years old, call me at crying and hysterical. And that little kids, when they're crying and hysterical around that age, sound similar and sound the same. And basically, the kid was on the phone crying, yelling, "Mommy, help!" Blah blah. And then somebody got on the phone, a truly professional extortionist, because he was terrifying, and told me that he had kidnapped my kid and that he was going to unalive him if I didn't do what he said and go where I wanted and give him money and all this and that. Point is my son, like, we were trying to get a hold on the other phone. My significant other was trying to get a hold of his grandparents. We couldn't, so we thought they were running around looking for him, calling the police. For over 40 minutes, we thought that my son was gone and kidnapped and was potentially going to be unalived and we weren't going to see him again. Okay, I was absolutely hysterical. It was one of the most scariest, it was the scariest event I've ever been through. And I would say yes, that kind of triggers some PTSD, because now when I hear a voice that sounds like that guy's, I have flashbacks. When I hear about kidnappings on TV, when I like get a phone number that calls my phone and I don't know it, I get freaked out and I get extra scared and stuff when my son's not around me and stuff like that. It just has really triggered a lot of anxiety and stuff around that. But that is like, I can go into like do a video with the details about that, because that is a scam people need to know about. I didn't even know that was a thing, especially a local thing. But we had to call the FBI, and it was just a big mess. So Amber, no, you do not get PTSD from your IV pulling out. You know, you don't get PTSD from your group home making you drink 2% milk while the other kids got whole milk. I mean, come on, it's a joke.
I have been told by almost every single therapist I've had that I show a lot of signs of PTSD, and that's a topic that never is easy. I don't even like talking about it now. It gives me like a lot of like unwanted feelings, but that is that appointment. It went really well. Of course, it's hard. It's not a walk in the park, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So Feline is currently cooking dinner. So if you hear
Jade is cooking dinner, I'm going to skip through this because I don't have a lot of time to record this video. We're going to be going and celebrating my son's birthday with his aunts. So, but I wanted to try to get this done and get this out before we did that.
sizzling manizzling, we both got each other some stuff. Look,
okay, I
I
don't
have to show you
care.
a book. Like, this is Very sweet.
And
Take a
guys, like
moment.
I said, I'll link the
She got me this
video.
so much, baby. Pre seductive.
You got the strange place.
Oh my
I'm
god.
getting some new cologne. I can't say.
Choose a
Oh
color.
my goodness. See, and it's like, don't put Jade in the videos, okay? But then she would have no content. If she's not going to be on camera, like legit on camera, and show herself to us and give us that respect, we don't want to hear her at all.
Yes. Yeah. Because I know you like the balloon dog. Me and Feline just like hung out, spent some time together. I do want to end this video. I know it was a lackluster. Today just consisted of
So same old, same old.
massive therapy and just like really focusing in on emotions. I really need to do that. So that's how I spent my day. But I do want to do P.O. Box. What I mean by that's how I spent my day.
Nope, we're not doing the P.O. Box.
God. So who else want to voicemail are the lucky interviewers to
Okay. Okay, so I guess that's it. I guess that's all she put. It was like total clickbait. She said I might be suffering PTSD. All she said was they said, "Oh, I experienced a lot of symptoms about it. Going back on medication didn't tell us what it was." I'm gonna go. She just really annoys me right now. The way she blows things up, you know, like legit problems like anxiety, PTSD, stuff like that. People like her doing stuff like this is why that those type of illnesses and conditions are looked at as a joke to a lot of people. You know what I mean? Because they see like something I've gone through, or somebody that's, you know, lost a child or gone through a truly abusive relationship or suffered a violent crime or something, you know, a major car accident. People who've gone through real traumas and have PTSD, people think it's a joke when they go, "Oh, PTSD, oh everybody has PTSD. Oh, you have PTSD from that. Oh, that's that Amber Lynn got it got PTSD whenever her IV pulled out and they had to like put a band-aid on it." Like, you know what I mean? It's a joke. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna put out another proving fat logic wrong weight loss success stories video this week. I'm gonna try to get a vlogging, guys. I'm going to try to do it, and I'm just deciding what to put in there. And I will be working on another calorie count video. My little tarot card video is on hold. A series is on hold just because I don't have a lot of time to do that right now. But I may try to squeeze the rest of the major arcana cards in there at some point within the next week or so as well, if you guys are interested in that. But anyways, leave comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I will see you guys in the next one. I thank you for watching and have a good one. Bye.